Today is August 4th, 2018, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. Yesterday, I asked you to send me questions that I was going to ask in this video. So we'll start off with Patrick D, who asked, wait, so there's no news about Half-Life 3 then? And there's no news about Half-Life 3 today, and there wasn't any news yesterday when you asked this question, so no. Lee asked, have I removed the clock caps from my Xboxes? I don't know what those things are, so I'm gonna assume no, because I haven't removed anything from my Xboxes. Snailberg asked, did the Combine do anything wrong? Not sure. We don't see much of the Combine, do we? Mostly we see is the civil protection and the other level higher up from that. I don't know what they're called, but those are just people. It's not the actual Combine. Like, I don't think we actually see the Combine until episode 1 or episode 2. The giant bug things that fly around. I mean, the Combine do kill Eli Vance, so I guess that's something wrong they did. Max Imp asked about guilty pleasure games. I don't know if I have any guilty pleasure games, because I mean I have a couple I'm thinking of, but I don't know if these games aren't liked by a lot of people. The only Silent Hill game I've ever played is Silent Hill 4: The Room. I don't know if that game is liked by Silent Hill fans, but I like the game. I also like Deus Ex Invisible War. I don't know if that game is liked either. So, I mean, if those games aren't liked, then I guess that's my answer for guilty pleasure games. Rezalon asked about infuriating or disappointing films, TV shows, and games. I guess there's multiple ways that I could answer this. Some disappointing movies would be Star Trek Into Darkness. It was very disappointing for me, and Avengers: Age of Ultron was extremely disappointing. If we're just talking about infuriating, and then I would go with Kong Skull Island. Just a terrible movie. It's awful. I don't understand why people like that movie, but I thought it was terrible. I've never really been disappointed or infuriated by a video game or a TV show. I guess I just don't play or watch enough video games and TV shows to ever be disappointed, because they take more time than a movie, so I'm more careful when I start watching a TV show or a movie. But I never played No Man's Sky, and I feel like I would have been disappointed if I did play that, so that's it. Miles asks, why are we still here? Just to suffer? Yeah, it's one of life's great mysteries. Why are we here? What else was there? Sergeant Mays asks, why do you security guards always insist on bothering us? Not sure. Pixel Killer asked, why did I begin the counting? I feel like I've talked about this in the last video where I asked you guys to send me questions. I started this. I don't remember what I said back then the last time I explained this. I don't know, really. I just did. It was an idea I had, you know, based on the whole point of it was really the idea of counting the days. You know, like this is day 271, I think, and just the idea of like you see it in movies or TV shows sometimes when it's like a post-apocalyptic scenario and there's the person filming themselves, recording themselves, and just counting down the days over and over again. And I just wanted to like mimic that, because waiting for Half-Life 3 is somewhat comparable to a post-apocalyptic scenario, I suppose. And the last question is from Mank Deems, who asks, why has the Combine seemed fit to suppress our reproductive cycle? Well, thank you for writing, Mank Deems. Of course, your question touches on one of the most biological impulses, with all its associated hopes and fears for the future of the species. I also detect some unspoken questions. Do our benefactors really know what's best for us? What gives them the right to make this kind of decision for mankind? Will they ever deactivate the suppression field and let us breed again? Allow me to address your anxieties underlining your concerns, rather than to try to answer every possible question you might have left unvoiced. First, let us consider the fact that for the first time ever as a species, immortality is in our reach. This simple fact has far-reaching implications. It requires radical rethinking and revision of our genetic imperatives. It also requires planning and forethought that run in direct opposition of our neural presets. I find it helpful at times like these to remind myself that our true enemy is instinct. Instinct was our mother when we were an infant species. Instinct coddled us and kept us safe in those hardscrabble years when we hardened our sticks and cooked our first meals above a meager fire and stared at the shadows that leapt upon the cavern walls. But inseparable from instinct is its dark twin, superstition. Instinct is bound to unreasoning impulses, and today we clearly see its true nature. Instinct has become aware of its own irrelevance, and like a cornered beast, it will not go down without a bloody fight. Instinct would inflict a fatal injury on our species. Instinct creates its own oppressors and bids us rise against them. Instinct tells us that the unknown is a threat rather than an opportunity. Instinct slyly and covertly compels us away from change and progress. Instinct, therefore, must be expunged. It must be fought tooth and nail, beginning with the basis of human urges, the urge to reproduce. We should thank our benefactors for giving us respite from this overpowering force. They have thrown a switch and exorcised our demons in a single stroke. They have given us the strength we could never have summoned to overcome this compulsion. They have given us purpose. They have turned our eyes towards the stars. And that has been your daily Half-Life 3 update for August 4th, 2018.